And this here, this is the engine. And this is the passenger car. That's where all the people, they go and they watch everything going by. You want to see it go? You want to see it go, then? Okay, watch. Watch. How's that? Isn't that good? Hi.
Hi.
You want to go and have some lunch now? You want to go and have some lunch now? Then you can go and play with the train afterwards. All right? We'll let you play with the train after you have some lunch. Go with your mommy.
Come on.
Go on. Go with mommy and go and have some lunch.
Come on, sweetheart. Here you go, Stella. Have a good lunch, dear. Our lunch is almost ready.
Oh?
Oh. Now, fine, I'll be right there, or I'm sure that anything I can do to help is out of the question.
I'm sorry. I'm just off somewhere else, that's all.
I know. Where are you?
I'm just thinking, that's all.
No, you stare when you're thinking. Your brow furrows when you're worried. So tell me what you're worried about, because your brow has as many furrows in it as the Minnesota has lakes.
Jason, I'm scared to death for him.
Where's Mikos Cassadine now that we need him?
What are you grumbling about?
Oh, this blasted weather. First of all, Randall calls and tells me he can't come into the office because he has a cold. Then the building superintendent calls and says the electricity's off, so the building's closed. Now the chauffeur tells me he can't get the car started. Well, boy, oh boy, we can put men on the moon, but when it comes to rain, sleet, and snow, we all seem to fold up.
Consider yourself lucky. You don't have to go to work today. You can stay here nice and relax with your whole family.
Relax with this family? I'm safer out there.
Come on, things haven't been so bad lately, you know that.
That's a good one.
Well, he's having his lunch.
Yeah, which servant are you talking about, the gardener or the chauffeur? You know, you can't get a lick of work out of them. When it comes mealtime, they all eat like racehorses.
I was referring to Alan Jr.
Who was on the phone?
Oh, that was a hospital. Leslie said that no one's at the clinic, so there's no need for you to go in.
Well, that shouldn't stop them. What did they say about doctors? Neither rain, nor sleet, nor snow, nor the dark of
Pony
night.
Express. Oh, well, you're stuck with me for the rest of the day, then.
Well, me too. It's my day off.
One big happy family, minus Lila, of course, who had the good sense to head out to Palm Beach when she heard the weather was going to turn bad.
I gotta tell you something. All the grumbling in the world isn't gonna change anything.
Well, I don't care, Alan. It makes me feel better.
But doesn't make anybody else feel any better. It's wearing very thin. So why don't you keep your attitude to yourself?
What's his problem?
I think he's suffering from SBH syndrome.
Yeah, which translated means,
Scotty Baldwin headache.
Oh, yes, I know it well. The virus that even an aspirin can't cure. Common symptoms are loss of money, loss of respect, and loss of...
Child.
I am not going to put up with this from you two, I'm telling you.
Oh, come on, Alan. Be a sport. It's a rainy day. It's a perfect time for parlor games.
Yes, or
Yes.
it's a perfect time for reading, or for watching television, or for not disturbing other people's privacy, Monica. Thank you.
Okie doke. I shall read. Well, this is a great article. Lawyer weds local woman in intensive care unit.
I'm warning you, Monica.
I won't read it.
Sounds like a perfect plot for a novel.
Yeah, one of the cheap Gothic kind you get in the dime store. Incredible beginning, unbelievable middle.
Yeah? What kind of an ending?
I don't know yet.
Well, why don't we try writing it for ourselves?
Good idea. That's a very good idea. We could all write a paragraph, put it all together. What a terrific thing to do on a rainy day.
You two do it without me. I'm going to the hospital.
Alan, I just said...
I am
let's-
going to talk to Susan one more time. If this novel is going to have an ending, let's try and make sure Scotty Baldwin doesn't write the last chapter.
Oh, he's crazy to go out in this weather.
Don't try to stop him. Much as I hate to admit it, he's worried, and he has every right to be.
That's ridiculous.
You've taken him on.
Well, what can I say? You dealt me a lousy hand.
Why don't I believe you?
Because you're too smart. Okay, try that one on for size.
That doesn't help at all.
Mm-mm. Here comes the Pony Express.
All in one piece, we hope. Well, the veteran of the wars returns. How did it go, Sergeant York?
Terrific.
Monica,
What?
it's your turn.
Oh. All right. You do that. Oh,
just what I
no.
was looking for. Gin?
Not again.
Well, just lucky, I guess. What have you got?
Nothing but face cards.
Ooh, boy, let me count those up. Okay, that's $4 for the box, $4 for the frame. Snydered in the first 2 frames. You better get your checkbook out, Monica.
Well, how'd it go? Is Susan her usual cooperative self?
She wouldn't even listen. The woman's completely insane. She really believes that Scotty Baldwin married her because he loves her. I mean, it is so ridiculous.
At least he married her. That's more than you could have done.
That's quite extraordinary. You know that? She said exactly the same thing. What are you two in cahoots?
No, Alan, of course not. I'm on your side. But look, Susan has made her decision. I mean, you've got to accept that.
Monica, I will accept anything. I will accept another father for Jason. That's fine, as long as he is good and a positive influence in the house. But I will not accept Scotty Baldwin in that capacity because the man doesn't have any heart to be a father. I mean, he came to this town and literally turned everybody upside down.
Not to mention this family.
Why don't you stay out of this, Father? You really don't need it.
Oh, too old and senile.
No, I don't mean that. You don't need any of the strain on your heart.
Baldwin is a rat. I'll risk a coronary to say it. As a family, we've got to do something about him.
What?
Stomp on him like a bug. Hit him with everything we've got.
You know, I get so tired of thinking like that, really.
Well, you've got to, Alan. Now set your sights on Baldwin. Forget about Susan and that kid.
I can't forget about the kid. The kid is mine. He's part of me.
Nonsense. It is the money you should be worried about.
I don't care about the money. We've already lost it. It's the child I'm worried about. I've got to protect him. Starting now.
Where are you going?
I'm going where I should have gone in the first place.
Well, I'm going after him.
Monica, have you looked out the window lately?
Yep. I will take an umbrella.
It's not worth it, Monica.
Hey, don't worry about us. We'll both be back in time for dinner.
Gosh, it came off, didn't it? I don't know if I need anything fun. Hang on, let's see if we can fix it. Do you know what kind of sound a train makes? It makes a great big whistle sound. Woo! Woo! Hi. I didn't even hear you come in.
Well, I kind of thought that you might be here. I passed the babysitter leaving as I drove in. Hope you tipped her.
Substantially. I had to come, Monica.
I know, it's your compulsive personality.
Yes. Here, take this. Go over and see Monica. You gotta admit, he's beautiful.
Well, yeah. He's dry and seems clean. Fed, anyway.
He's beautiful. Come on, admit it.
You come on, admit it. Admit he's just another child.
I tell you what, I'll admit it if you admit it.
He's beautiful.
He's just another child. Like hell. He's mine. He's mine, and I gotta look after him. Come here. Come here. Come on. Come on here. You know what? I really think I'd love to turn my back on this whole thing and let Baldwin move in here and forget about everything, but I can't do it. Because he's my responsibility, and I'm not gonna walk away from it, that's all.
But you don't have any choice, Alan. Susan married Scotty. He has every legal right to be in this house.
Yeah, but not to raise my son. He doesn't have that right.
Look, he married Susan.
He is not this little child's father. I'm his father. That must entitle me to some rights. Some.
Not as many rights as Susan has.
Hopefully she'll come to her senses one day. What you do? What you do? What you do? What's that? You want to put that on there? Do you? You want to put that on there? Yeah? Thanks. What's that for?
Need a reason?
You need a reason?
Do I?
Yeah. We're sitting here in my ex-mistress's cottage on the floor with my illegitimate son, and the whole thing's illegal. You need a reason, lady.
Yeah, right. Okay. I did that to show how much I care about you. And what I think about you, what you're showing right now.
Like what?
Like being relaxed. Like caring. Like being concerned.
Come here. Yeah.
Well, all right, then it's my turn. What's that for?
That's just for being here. Come on, put it back on.
Dr. Potter.
God, what on earth? Is that for me?
It's for Jason.
Open it.
All right.
Oh, it's the most beautiful bear. Look at the size of it.
Yeah, it was the biggest one I could find.
Oh, Jason will just love it.
What the devil is that?
Well, I imagine it's for Jason.
Look at the size of it. What kind of damn fool buys a 20-pound bear for a baby?
You really think Jason will like it?
How could he help it? This is the most beautiful bear I've ever seen. That was really thoughtful of you, Scott.
Well, I just want to make sure that I have a happy new stepson.
Oh, you will be. He's just gonna love it.
Alan, would you sign this for me? Dan's waiting for it.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was thinking about something else.
I noticed. Well, that's quite a bear.
Absolutely ridiculous. I'm going to have to talk to Susan about that. It's not safe for a child to be playing with something that big.
Alan, when are you going to give up?
Give up what? What are you talking about?
I'm talking about you. When are you going to realize that what is done is done?
Monica, I am only concerned about Jason's welfare, that's all.
Well, now Jason has a stepfather to be concerned about his welfare. You know something? I haven't seen you stay this upset since farewell for ages.
Go on, say what you were going to say, Monica. You haven't seen me this upset since when?
I was going to say I haven't seen you this way since the time I was seeing Rick Weber.
I don't recall being upset by that.
Alan, you were a madman.
If that were true, which I doubt, I had good reason to be upset. I was upset over you.
Well, I know that. You were a vivid shade of green for weeks.
Well, the situation's totally different. I mean, it's not unusual for a man to be concerned about his infant son, is it?
You're concerned is one thing. Oh, Alan, for heaven's sakes, you are literally becoming unglued. Now, I think it's high time you just pulled yourself together. About him. Gail, I mean, I expected him to have some sort of reaction when Scotty and Susan got married. I mean, he is the father of Jason, and Scotty is now going to step in and be stepfather. But he's not, thank you. It's not just a reaction. It's almost obsessive.
Well, Monica, surely you can appreciate one reason for that reaction. I mean, Alan feels very diminished. Before, he was the only man in Jason's life, and now he's not.
Oh, but Gail, it's a fait accompli. They are married. Why can't Alan simply accept that?
Because we often resist accepting what we don't like, Monica.
He's doing a lot more than just resisting. Honestly, I am really afraid that he could do something irrational. I mean, heaven knows he's quite capable of it.
Yes, I remember when you and Alan were separated and when you were thinking about the divorce.
He acted like a madman.
Out of his fear of losing Alan Jr. And then he turned that fear into a kind of helpless rage, and he began to blindly attack everyone, including himself. Sounds like he's repeating that pattern.
I don't deny that. Really, I kind of agree with you. The question is, what do I do about it?
Well, I have several suggestions to make. They're not going to be easy to follow, but if you really want to help Alan...
That's why I'm here. Of course I want to help him.
Then you have to keep reminding Alan that he is Jason's father, and that nothing can take that away from him.
Oh, excuse me, my friend, but don't you think that's going to just be a little bit strange coming from me?
Probably. But it is something that he needs to hear, especially from you. And, Monica, there's one other thing.
What?
Don't underestimate Alan's anger. I mean, it's there, and from everything you've told me, it's very deep. And anger like that can be very dangerous.
What, dangerous to Alan?
And to others, including you. So you just try to help him diminish it before it... well, before it completely loses control.
Do what?
There you are. I've been looking all over for you.
I was making rounds. Why? Is there something wrong?
Well, let's say something was wrong, but fortunately I have come to my senses.
About what?
About you.
What have I done now?
No, you haven't done anything. Well, you have. That's true. While I have been very unreasonable and I've been unfair, you have been very kind and patient, and I am grateful for that.
I have no idea what you're talking about, Monica.
Well, just simply that by being unfair, I mean I've been berating you. I berated you for your concern about Jason, and I was wrong, Alan. You have every right to be concerned.
You mean that?
Of course I mean it. In fact, all I had to do was just remember what a kind and loving father you are. So it would only be natural for you to want the best for Jason.
That's rather a sudden change in attitude, isn't it, Monica?
I just realized how unfair I've been.
I appreciate you telling me that.
I wanted to. And you know something? All I had to do was remember what a kind and loving father you are to Alan Jr.
Well, I try to be.
Oh, you are. I can see it in him. No, I can tell. I can tell how much he cares about you.
Can you really?
Oh, sure. I mean, children can form attitudes at any age. All you have to do is see when you play with him. Just see how much he loves you. I saw it this morning.
Well, there is something kind of special about his attitude, especially when he speaks, especially when he speaks when he says daddy.
Yes, I've noticed.
I mean, his diction is absolutely incredible. It's really quite remarkable for a child his age.
Well, he's his father's son.
Absolutely. You know, the child really gives me this most wonderful feeling. Truly. And when he looks at me, I tell you something, when that little boy...
Jason's just gonna love it, Scott. And he'll love you for giving it to him.
Just trying to make Jason happy, that's all.
Alan, don't pay any attention.
What do you mean, don't pay any attention? That's the man that Jason's gonna call Daddy.
Well, Monica is very concerned, and she has a right to be, Lee. I mean, Alan is usually...
Alan. Sorry, I didn't see you come in.
Oh, Lee. Scotty.
Alan?
Don't get up. I just came looking for Heather, that's all.
That's okay. I have my own table. Lee and I were just finishing up, what would you call it? Exchange of good wishes? Oh, if you're looking for Heather, you're not going to find her here.
Why not? She works here.
She used to. Now she works for me.
For you?
That's right. She's my new secretary. Happy New Year.
He just say what I thought he said.
He did. And I'm just as surprised as you are.
Good Lord, Lee, what is going on? Everything is going from bad to worse for me.
In what respect?
Those two were supposed to be at each other's throats. They were supposed to hate each other.
Well, I was under the same impression, Alan.
Well, they're together now. She's working for him.
Yes, apparently.
Oh, what on earth am I going to do?
About what?
About what? About Jason? That's about what? How am I going to protect him from those two vultures when they're working